Hello everyone. It's your girl, Miss Little Cole. I'm coming to you straight out NYC on this quiet Saturday evening. So I want to talk quickly about Bad Boys Los Angeles, Season 1, Episode 3. This one is going to be really quick because to me personally, there were only two important parts of this episode that stood out. So the first part I'm going to talk about is the scene that picked up where Milan Christopher was still arguing with Mula Mo and Curtis Golden over Carry-On not admitting his true sexuality to them. So they're still talking about that, and Milan is basically like, yo, what y'all guys was doing is not cool. You can't force somebody out the closet. He's not ready to come out on his own. Let him come out on his own time. So Mula Mo and Curtis are basically like, we just want to really just know the truth. We just want to know what it is. We don't care if he's gay, and we don't care if he's not gay. But we want to know what it is. We don't want him to basically be deceitful. So Milan is like, but if y'all guys are trying to date him, why do y'all care? If y'all straight identified, it shouldn't matter to y'all, which is a good point. So the next morning, they speak to Carry-On, Mula Mo, and Curtis Golden. And basically, they asked him, and he didn't want to talk about it. He was like, yo, I'm not interested in y'all. But he flips it and says, are y'all two dating? He was like, hell no, we straight. He's like, exactly. So now you know how I feel that y'all basically prying in my business. So Mula Mo was like, we're not trying to pry in your business. We trying to fight you. But we just feel like you being deceitful because you're not being real. Like everybody else is honest. Our whole thing is about honesty. Like the other guys, they're like, well, I'm gay. I'm bi. I'm fluid. We're straight. How come you can't say the same thing about yourself? So then he goes on to say, I grew up in the church. My father is Kurt Franklin. It hasn't been easy. So they was like, but like, what are you? And so then he was like, well, you could call me, bisexual, I guess. So he was like, basically he came out about being bisexual. Now I talked about this on my main channel, the Miss Analytical Experience channel. So if you want to check that commentary out, you're free to do so. It's still up. But it's like once he came out and admitted that he was bisexual, they left him alone. And they ain't been talking about that since. Now, moving along to other things. The guys are going to their first official Hollywood event. Now, let me just say this. Most of the guys have been at events in Hollywood, particularly Milan Christopher, Anthony Uncensored, Relly B, Mula Mo. I don't know about Curtis. Carry-On has, because he grew up in the industry. I don't know about Gutta K. I can't speak about William or even Dylan, but as a group collective, this is their first official event. So they get off the bus and their mother, i.e. Natalie, is basically like, this is the Bad Boys. This is the brand you got to represent. You got to come in correct, because you're basically, got to make your first impression because you got to tell them like the Bad Boys name is something meaningful. So I'm like, Natalie, stop it. Those guys are going to do okay. And they pretty much did. So they went to the Conrad Bowling Alley out in LA. And they were pretty much having a good time until two incidents happened. The first incident was William the Baddest was twerking. Now, William the Baddest, entertaining for the most part up until he did what he was accused of doing. So he was shaking his ass. But we didn't see him shaking his ass on anybody. But he was accused of twerking on top of Mula Mo. And Mula Mo was trying to walk away. And Mula Mo said every time he was walking away, he kept basically following him to like rub against him. So Moolah Mo basically was talking to Curtis initially about, trying to pick up some girls, because it's like the first time they're going to be in an environment that was where women were going to be. And I can imagine for them being straight that was going to be fun for them, because if I was at an event with a whole bunch of men with my straight self, I would be like, I want to see the fellas. I want to see the men. I want people to see how beautiful I am. And I want the men to basically swoon all over me. I want the people to take my photo. And I want the men to basically holler at me and walk up to me, buy me drinks, I ain't going even front, buy me food, I want them to buy me. Let me stop. Like, splurge on me, because I'm in a house full of crazy people and I can't take it, even I'm getting paid for it though. But that's how I would feel. So I understood Moolah Mo and Curtis's golden sentiment. What I didn't really get was William twerking on top of people, if that's what really, really happened. Now, the reason why I'm saying if it really, really happened, because we didn't really see Moolah Mo being like confronting William, like, yo, stop rubbing on me, William. And we didn't really see William rubbing on Moolah Mo. So it was edited. So pretty much he's complaining like, yo, I have all respect for the community, but that shit I'm not feeling. Now, I think that what was going on was that William the baddest was just twerking so bad that he basically was feeling himself. And I think possibly he could have did that shit, twerking all over everybody, because he, was trying to get, attention. And also, too, he kept, like, whoever did William's body, I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to channel a fat, black, out of shape woman. I'm just going to be honest. But no. But for the most part, a nice person, but no. The body, no. So while Moolah Mo is complaining about what William is doing to him, and he's complaining to Curtis Golden and how he basically like, I'm about to step to William. Out of the blue, there's a fight in a bowling alley. Now, when you first see the promos of episode 3, you thinking that is somebody in the group. No, nobody in the group was fighting. The people that were fighting was basically the baby's bodyguards and friends basically attacked Danny Lee's brother. Remember the whole situation that was going on with Danny Lee's brother about a month and a half ago when they jumped him at the bowling alley? Now, I do think that the baby did get some hits, but Danny Lee's brother was primarily jumped by his entourage, by the bodyguards and the baby's friends. So because of that incident, they had to shut the bowling alley down because the cops came. So the bad boys, they had to basically disperse and go back into the bus and basically head back to their house. And that's where basically the episode ended. But it didn't even really end with them like leaving. It just ended with the fight breaking up, because Moolah Mo was going to talk to William, but then the fight happened, and so everything was canceled. But some people were saying that they had fun. Other guys was like, I wasn't feeling it. Milan was basically given camera time. He was loving the camera. Anthony Sensor was doing his thing. Because let's be real. There, in my opinion, I think Milan, Christopher, and Anthony Uncensored are like two peas in a pod when it comes to basically getting that attention. It's just that Milan knows how to get the attention much better, because I think naturally Anthony is a quiet person. I think he's more of an introvert, whereas Milan is like an extrovert. Relly B is an extrovert too, but Relly B is really new to celebrity. But Milan has been in the game for a decade, so he knows what to do and how to do it. And that's basically the whole gist of episode 3 for Bad Boys Los Angeles. I will say this. I did like this episode better than the first one because at least the guys finally got to do something. I basically seen up to episode 6. So I caught up. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing reviews for episode 4, 5, and 6. And I will tell you, if you haven't seen the show, the better episodes are the ones after episode 3. That's when it starts to get more interesting. But I'll be back giving those reviews tomorrow. And I hope they drop that. I hope finally we get a definitive date for Jocelyn's Cabaret season. I mean the reunion. Because if they don't drop this reunion by next month or the beginning of next month, nobody's gonna watch it. Well, that's it for tonight for this. I'll be back later